Welcome to my channel. Today I want to do a pick a card reading, and I will draw a couple of cards now, and you can witness this drawing of the cards, and if you don't want to, you can just skip ahead and get to your pile if you already know your pile. And I want to tell you something about the placements and the cards that I draw, and so let's start here. It's a reading about your skills and your talents, and the first card I will draw is a card from the mirror deck, and it's a mirror vision. It's a card or a deck that combines two tarot decks, and so we get a card that shows us the entrance point where to start to see what your skills are about. Then I take one from this deck. This one. One, and this card will give us a deeper meaning to what your skills are about. Then we take a coin archetype for you too. This shows me your place in relationship or in the world you are living in. And this one, and this one. Gives us additional information about your surroundings and how you relate. Then we take three Lenormand cards, and they will show us the path you are on. So, one, and we take three of them because three, oh, they're, so, yes. Three of these, and then we see what is supporting you, and I will take three of these too. And the next we have two decks merged in one, and they will show us your challenge on your path. And I will take two of these for every pile. And now we want to know, with the next cards, we want to know the deeper meaning of your challenge. Oh, there's one. And I take two for every pile. for the deeper meaning of your challenge. Then we want to have one for what to do. And we take this one and this one. And then we want to have something what Spirit says about this. And we take one of these and one of these. Be seen, and this one. And then we want to know what kind of shadow or gift is to face, to explore, or to embrace. And we take a card for a gene key that is on your path. And I will draw a Rumi card for you. And it's this one. And this one. And this one. And as you can see, I use the light Seers tarot for the first pile, Sun and Moon tarot for this second pile, and the Wild Unknown for the third pile. And as an additional thing to choose, I put a blue obsidian in there, a Jasper, and this one is a Pyrite. So whatever you need to choose your pile, I put timestamps below so that you can just jump to your pile. If you choose a couple of piles, that's okay too, because sometimes there are informations in here that give you additional advice or give you something additional. Maybe you have all of the skills that are shown inside of this. So choose as you like, and I will see you in the reading. Welcome to your reading, pile 1. You chose this pile, and we want to see what cards came out for you. So we'll put this here, and the stone I'll put here. And so the first card that leads us into your reading is, can see it, the Queen of Wands and the Mystic. And it tells you it tells us something about what kind of skills are in your personality, in you, waiting to be discovered, or maybe you already discovered them, right? And maybe you already know, and that's a good thing too. So I will read to you the combination of the Queen of Wands and the Mystic. It's about charisma, radiating energy, inspirational, and wisdom. The Queen of Wands and the Mystic are charismatic and wise figures. The steam coming from beneath, the Mystic transforms into the Queen. They both understand the inner working of things and radiate an inspirational energy. When combined, the Mystic thirst for knowledge and the Queen's charisma can be unstoppable. Oh, there we have a beautiful gift, right? There is the part of you that is knowledgeable and that wants to see what is underneath all of these things, and the one that is able to put it into the outer world, right? There's the Queen of Wands is a highly creative queen, so she knows what to do. She knows what to create. She knows what she wants, right? And we have, as the deeper meaning, we have the number 32 is, oh, I don't know how to pronounce it, Lasya of Parvati. There is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. And that's the card that supports the first card of the meaning. And it's the deeper meaning of your skill. So being able to accomplish deeper knowledge and accomplish something through creative work and combination of knowing and deeper knowing, the mystic knowing, and this is the combination of tempering whatever comes your way, and maybe you even are able to work with people who are abused in some way, who experienced trauma in some way, and you are able to create from this place. And that's a promise that if you tap into these skills, and maybe you already do, is that the people you can work with best are the people who have extreme things in their life, because you can balance it out, because you understand the deeper meaning of things. So you don't get lost in their way of experiencing their own life. You are able to help them to find a path to get through these emotions, and maybe to create something on the way, on a beautiful level to create. And we see the next card that we want to look at is the card where is your place in this, in the community, or in this kind of how you bring your work into the outer world. And it's the card 11, and it shows us your power, and it shows us, and this card is called Endurance, and it shows us that you know pathways that nobody else walked before. So it's a trailblazer's challenge, perseverance of vision and labor and risk. So Moving steadfastly along the trail, a horse passes through fluorescent sunrises, blazing sunsets and rainbows, forming at the edge of a storm. And the gift is inspiration and dedication combined to fulfill our heart's desire. And it is your perseverance that helps you to find your pathway into this beautiful skill that you hold. And of course, if you are working with these kinds of energies that come with this challenge of trauma and looking beyond the trauma, looking beyond that what's obvious, you have to be persevering because that's how you find your success. And sometimes it even means that you need to be persevering with your clients and with the work you do, because it's not as easy to step away from trauma and to heal from trauma. And this is something we need, someone who is stable in their way of being, and that's who you are, right? And the next cards we want to see is the Lenormand deck that we chose from. And the Lenormand deck is about your pathway to your fulfillment. And as I can feel this, there is a pathway you didn't take because it felt that it's kind of wrong. And maybe you tried, and this is what these cards show me, maybe you tried to just look through this keyhole into the world that is opening up for you. And it can be that your ability scared you in a way, because you experienced this kind of energy yourself, right? You experienced a lot of ups and downs in your life, and you thought maybe that it's better to take a path that is taking you away from the mystic and the creative Queen of Wands. And you thought about finding your way in this 3D world, right? But that wasn't your path. And it showed that this shows that this is not enough to look through the keyhole and to walk this regular 3D path. It's not what you're about. You're about to experience your own uniqueness, your unique way of doing things, and going for it. This is betting on yourself. This is Aquarius energy for me. The star is the Aquarian energy that goes for its own uniqueness. And maybe there is something in this Aquarian approach for you too, because Pluto will enter Aquarius in 2 months for the next 20 years. It's about experiencing your own uniqueness and going for it and allowing yourself to bring this uniqueness into the world, to be a part of the healing that has to unfold. And your own path and your own way of approaching this took a lot of endurance. And maybe it didn't lead to something that you can feed off right now. So it's the invitation. No, that's not your path. It's not a wrong path, We don't have wrong choices in our life. We do experience our choices and we experience the outcome and it doesn't fit what we want it to be, so we take the next step into another choice. And this is what this is about. You experienced that this, just looking at your own skills from this keyhole, just shows you a part of your world and not all of your world. It would be beautiful if you could open this door in its whole beauty and see the light that is behind this door, and not just look to the keyhole. And it's often we take it as that we think, oh yes, I can do this, and then I can do this as a sidekick. But this is showing us that's not your way. Your way is to set it all on one, and this is you. It's your vision. You have a unique vision, and it's necessary that you are enduring walking this path. And it's connected to what I said before, to creativity, to the mystic of our own life, of 3D world, and the healing that comes with facing our own trauma. And that's funny, because I realized that I draw 2 cards from the Lenormand. I didn't draw 3 cards. So that's an interesting thing, because it is showing us that this is a message to stop looking through the keyhole, because that's not the right way to go. You experienced it because you never got to the place where you wanted to go. And the right one is letting go of all of these ideas that come with facing your own path, feeling that there is something threatening you when you walk your path. But it's the invitation to set all your betting on yourself. Does it say, right? Bet on yourself. And we can see the challenge that there is a fear. There is a fear that is like that someone takes something of you, and there is a desire underneath. And the thief is for me the message that you experienced a lot of loss, and maybe there was, in your journey, there was a lot taken away from you, and maybe it's connected to this part that is behind this door. You always, because you are afraid of being abused yourself, and that people take away from you, you are drawn to hide this place and not to open the door fully, because it makes life dangerous in a way. And this is just a belief. That's not what real life is about. It's about your belief that you think you are threatened by stepping fully into this, because you experienced it. And it's like you step into your creative power and into your your mystic power, then you feel that you are vulnerable and you can be hurt. Something can be taken away from you. But there is the other side. There is a huge desire to step into this place and to allow yourself to be all that you can be. And the security comes with your own journey, because this horse is so persistent. This horse knows that it will go, that it will reach a place of success. And it's standing on the star, on its own individuality, its uniqueness, and it's following its North Star, and it leads you right there. It leads you to this keyhole, to open it up, to let go of your emotions. And this is like the bear is like drowning underneath the swords. It's like, let this go. There are just thoughts in front of him. He doesn't have to stay with them. He can go up. He can go left, he can go right, he can go everywhere he wants. He doesn't have to stay in this place, and he can let all the fears go. That doesn't mean that there will be no fear. But what is courage? Courage is going for it anyways. And there we can see the message that comes with this is the hunter and the drum, and it's like a call, right? I can feel these cards like they are calling you to go for it. They are calling you to step into the unknown and to take the risk. And Spirit's message is that you take the chance, right? The drum is like calling you. And the deeper meaning of this challenge of being robbed of something and not fulfilling your own desire is the hunter can mean that you experienced someone who hunted on you. That's for me this message that comes in this place, and that you experienced people aiming at you when you tapped into this place of your creativity and vulnerability. And on the other hand, there is a call that is deeper than the challenges are. There is a call that has to be followed. And so there is this push and pull with all of these cards. It's showing us that this is like, there is a desire and there is a fear, and they are together, merged together. And this is like the same thing too. This is being hunted and having experienced different things where people aimed at your vulnerability. And on the other hand, the desire that comes with a drum, it draws you in. And maybe that's a fear too, that you are afraid of losing yourself and being drawn into places that you don't want to be in. And what to do is, we can see this card of chaos and conflict. And that's the 33. And I feel this card as allow yourself to be in this place of not knowing. There is like zebra that's colored like a giraffe. And for me, that's an invitation. It's 33. It's 2 times 3, right? It's an invitation of life to show your true colors and stop painting yourself as something that you are not. And allow this to be difficult for people. Maybe there are people in your surrounding that don't like you to be that way. But that's not important. They don't have to like you. You have to like yourself. And you have to follow your own path. You can let it go. You can say, no, I don't. I just stay this way. But if you allow yourself to step into your true self, then you face these fears and you step into your own true self. That is shown in different ways, right? And we have the answer of the Shaman's Oracle. And it's Me Talks. That's what a wonderful card to draw in this account. It's wow, and we have a 33 again. So we have a couple of numbers here that are showing that you are really guided by spirit. And this is, for me, the 3 is always this confirmation, right? And Me Talks is saying the same thing as I said before. It's talking about allowing yourself to heal from your own mindset, from your own beliefs, from your own reactions to your emotions that you don't want to feel in your body. And it's like, try to step into yourself and experience what happens, how you feel, what it means, and don't put your traumatic meaning on it. So we can think about how we experience our body. And when we came from a traumatized place, we are not allowing the body to feel because we don't want to. That comes with a really strange way of anxiety, and we try to avoid it. And with avoidance, we often amplify it. And to see, how can you reframe? How can you allow to feel the bodily sensations? How can you accept everything that happens within you, and to wrap your mind around it, and to embrace all that comes your way with a different mindset, with a different perspective that comes your way. And it's, this card is from the Hero's Journey, so it is inviting you to access all that is. You never experienced this because you always look through the keyhole. You never experienced yourself as the Queen of Wands and as the mystics. You know that there is this superpower underneath, but you never experienced it because you just allowed yourself to look through this keyhole and take the normal way to approach success. And that's not working for you. And to discover your superpower, that's coming with the Obsidian too. I never said anything about the Obsidian, but the Obsidian is a magical stone. It's an old stone, and it's a really beautiful protector. And on the other hand, it is a stone that shows the truth. The black obsidian is, if you give it to a friend that is not a friend, they will show their face. And this one is showing the truth of yourself. It's showing the truth that lies beneath all of your fears and all of your beliefs. And in the Queen of Wands, it shows the superpower that you've got in accessing your creative power and accessing the mystic within that is able to find the deeper meaning in people's experiences. And you endured a lot, and you are like steadfast, and you can go your way. If you allow yourself to let go of these fears that hold you back and that tell you that you will be hurt and you will not get what you desire. I don't think that's true, because you want to show your own colors. You want to show your uniqueness, and you have to let go of everything that is attached to this. Because it's like, maybe there are a couple of relationships that go into chaos and conflict because they cannot live with you living your whole light. But that's normal. That's nothing. You don't want to keep those people who are not able to be happy for you, that you find your path and you will walk in your superpower. They will not like it because they are reminded that they have a superpower too, and that they don't live it. So this is the thing you have to face that can be true. And there is another thing that wants to be seen and to worked through, and this is the Gene Key 19. That's about sensitivity, and it walks, the 19 walks from the place of codependency to sensitivity, and this is a gift, right? Sensitivity can be a gift. To the best place where you can go is to sacrifice, and sacrifice doesn't mean you have to martyr. You have to, this is talking about allowing your sensitivity to show itself, and to find the balance between these things that can be, because we are so afraid of not becoming what we want to become, so that we get into the needy and dependence place. And on the other hand, if we pull back and we don't see that this can be achieved, we can pull back and be isolated. So to face your sensibility means to step into this, to step out of codependencies and step into your own sensibility for all that happens. So, we'll read this at the end. But I will draw a couple of cards now to see where this is heading, and I want to have a couple of clarifiers to see where we are heading with this. Wow, look at this. Look at this. How beautiful is this? And you can see in these cards, you can see that this is where you are heading. This is fun. This is creativity. This is allowing things to go wild, and to have the perseverance and temperance to allow the things to balance out by themselves, to have the patience to let them balance out and tap into your own wisdom that comes from above. There is so much wisdom inside of you, and so much strength to And this is a beautiful strength card, you know. There is not a lion on there. This woman is half lion and half a woman. And this is a beautiful depiction of this card, because it's as above so below, and you have this force inside of you. And even if you try to look through this keyhole just to take only this little thing to show in your world, it's not enough, because this is what you are. It is not something you can put on the hold and that you can just let be. She's sitting in a bubble, right? She's sitting in a bubble and praying there and meditating in there. This is like the keyhole, right? Looking out for this little place to show your skills, but it's not about that. It's about stepping into your own gifts and stepping into your life and going forward to show what you're able to do. And this is the card that reminds us to find your tribe, because there are people out there that can connect on this place where you want to be. And this is the success coming your way, you know. And underneath there's this beautiful Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, that is sitting there in her stillness, right? She's calm. She's connected to nature. She's connected to the earth. She holds this pentacle in her hand, and she's just calm where she is. And this is how the zebra feels when it's showing its own colors, when to step into your own uniqueness is showing in every single card of this. This will be successful. You have to overcome these fears because they come from a place where you experienced really bad things. And I can feel that. They try to steal something from you. And maybe there are people out there in your life right now that are envying you. And that's a difficult place to be, because when we experienced a lot of trauma in our life, then we can realize that these envious people are doing something to our energy because we are afraid of being hurt again. And this is the invitation to step into your own uniqueness, connect to your higher self, try to be balanced, because you know how to be perseverant. Try to be balanced. This nature wants to come out. You don't want to sit in a bubble. You don't want to practice all of these things behind a closed door. You don't. And you shall not do this because you shouldn't, right? Because the Six of Wands is success in the outer world. And this queen shows that we can connect the outer world to the inner world, and we can be in our true nature and to live this success as we're supposed to, because it is your superpower. And this card showed it is your superpower. It's just your belief that you cannot be successful with it. It's your skill to help people work their way through this. And it's your skill to be creative and to live this life from this place of creativity and from this place of the mystic. And so now I want to read this card to you, and I want to read this card to you, both of them. The one is a Rumi card, and the one is Kuan Yin, I guess it's called. And it's called blessing bestowed. There is no end to the Divine Mother's ingenuity and grace. No obstacle can obstruct her generosity and protection. So get used to the feeling of the joy of knowing something truly precious is going to unfold in your life. Nurture that feeling like you would the readiness for spring in your heart when winter is upon you. You know it is coming and you anticipate it with such pleasure. Lovely card. What a lovely card. And this was the card you chose in the beginning. Let love transform. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. Love's genius and generosity are not bound by the mind. All manner of miraculous grace works through love in endless creative variety. Your heart's yearning shall manifest itself. Do not attempt to predict how that can be. Why would we seek to limit love's creative genius? Instead, trust that it will be magnificent and kind. That's a beautiful way to end, you know. There is a lot of creativity and magic inside of you, and you are a natural-born mystic. You are a natural-born creative, and this force wants to come out of you and wants to be of service in this world. And you can be, because you can work with other people and with their own experiences and to create something really beautiful from it. Allow your sensitivity to come up and allow you to be in your unique way and step away from people who try to get you into dependencies, and see that this is what life wants you to be. And Spirit is supporting you. And it shows in the urge and the desire to be all of this. Allow this desire to heal your fears that come with this on the other side. So, thank you so much for being here and for allowing me to let this information come through. And I'm curious what you are doing in the world, because it's a really beautiful superpower you hold, and your skills are needed in this time right now. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next reading. Welcome, pile 2, to your reading. I will put these cards over here and your stone over here, and we'll have our first message coming from the Mirror Vision deck, and that's a card that combines 2 games, and this is the card of justice and the card of karma. And we'll take it as a introduction into this world of your skills that come with it. And I want to read it to you, what the author says about these 2 cards combined. And it's a card 11. It's justice and karma. It's about cause and effect and balance and accountability and the ultimate truth. The swift sword of justice and the balancing of karma create an unmistakable connection to cause and effect. If this card shows up, know that all actions have consequences. Karma may not tip the scales today, but in time the universe will restore balance. And this is a first hint to what you are able to do in this world. And maybe there is a hint that you will see in the world of other people, you will see what the cause and effect and the things in their life mean, because you can see the bigger picture and you can see the connection between the things they did and what happened to them. And we have this card of magnetism of Eros, and I will put something on it because we have to cover her up. So I will put this on her because I'll have to dress her a little bit, you know. So this is and this is the card 1, and I will read it to you. Trust in what your heart yearns for, without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps towards that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. And it's in combination, it's the card that clarifies and shows us the deeper meaning of the things that you are here to do, and you are here to be valued for this skill you have. This is, for me, it's a card that shows that you can see what people really yearn for, and even you, what you yearn for, right? And that this ability to see what this comes from this, and this is how life unfolds because our actions, and to see this magnetism of Eros is, people believe, and you believe maybe, that the path you were choosing is not available to you. But you can see the combination of what we do and what we receive. So to make sense out of the life paths of other people, making sense of the experiences of other people, is a great skill that you hold. And it's in combination to the card 5, and it's the card of dominance. It's entitlement, adolescent authority, leadership based on control. Ears pinned and mouth open, a finely trained horse struggles with rider's expectations. A loosening of the reins now and then helps both members of this team reach a long overdue compromise. And this card is showing your place, and it's showing your where you can you can unfold your skill, right? So the gift is when you are in a position of power, learning to use your talents to benefit both self and community becomes one of life's grand adventures. And it's the place you are in, you know, you can change people's lives. This is how it shows up. It is the power of leadership is shown inside of this, and it changes our world right now, because leadership is not anymore leadership taken. It is letting go of the reins, and it is leadership given. And there is a difference in that, and you know that horses and riding can be about dominance and leadership, but that's showing your place in this world. And maybe you are in a position of leadership and you try to change something, you try to balance something out, to get people in positions where they can accomplish something, where you can be in this place of empowering them. And we'll see what the Lenormand deck brings up. And we have, and I will put it on this card because I don't want to risk the nudity inside of this card. So I will just put it there just to be safe, because we never know, right? And to be, and this is lovely too, because to be on a level of friendship, to be on a level of supporting. The dog is a supporting card in Lenormand. It's a friendship card, and it's leading into this arc, and behind the arc there is a light, and it's about leading people through their own tunnel vision into the light. It can be that you help people with their own process of transformation, right? This can be in leadership, that you help people to be what they want to be, and that you are able to bring in all of your power and your leadership that is given to show them the way and to be loyal to them on their way into their light. And this is amazing, because it comes again to be the one that is on their transformational path, and that can be transformation in every single way. And can even be, there are a lot of things that can be attached to this, but your superpower is that you can see the bigger picture, that you can see and find the way that is needed to go into this transformational thing, and you can see what comes from actions and where action lead. And this is a superpower because you can help people to go through their own processes into their own light. And this is, maybe you experienced this, a lot of dominance in your world, because this world is a hierarchical, and you experienced a lot of dominance in leadership, so where people took their leadership and were not given it, so they suppressed the other people in their journey. But this one is inviting you to allow yourself to see this balancing process, and the Justice card is beautiful too, because it's like a sword cutting through a spiral, right? And people are in their same patterns. You can cut through this and find the way out of their maze. And your sword and your wisdom, it's like wisdom as a sword, cutting through their own beliefs and cutting through the path they're on, to help them to get into their own power where they want to go. And this is the King of Cups too, right? It's a leader. This card, like the chief eagle, it's called the chief eagle. It is like the leader. You're changing leadership, and you may be changing leadership in this 3D world, where we really need to have something else, and we need new role models to show how leadership could be like. And it's like connecting, not dominating, connecting to the power within, connecting to other people's power, and creating something new is a new way of leadership. And it's on a friendly level, it's on a friendship level. And this is what an amazing power to have, because this Eros thing is even to follow your path. You can see how people can move through their own patterns and through their own beliefs and cut through them to get into the place where they can be in relationship with other people and with their life. And this is a great transformational power you've got. And you can change, and this connection to karma is like you can change people's karma by helping them to understand the relationship of this and that, and to create a new way of being a leader in this world. So you are like a trainer of trainers. You are a leader of leaders. This is how you show up in this deck. And what is challenging you, I feel that's, I don't know if this is seen here. I can see that. Yeah, we can see it here. Tears are challenging you. And this might be, and the next challenge is the alchemist. And maybe you experienced a lot of pain and grief. And you are afraid of the challenge is that you are afraid of other people's griefs and other people's emotions. Because maybe there were people in your life that dominated you through their emotions. And they didn't stand by your side. They dominated you. They just took all of their own emotions and throw them on you, so that you couldn't be in your own power and that you couldn't experience your own emotions. And now you're afraid that this grief about it will come up. But there is this superpower coming with the alchemist too, being afraid, and the challenge can be being afraid of allowing people in so that you can change their way of being in the world and changing their way of leading other people, that you get in contact with their deepest feeling. And of course you will, but that's on one hand it's a challenge, but on the other hand that's your superpower to change their perspective, to cut through their beliefs, to cut through their patterns, to create something really new. That is, on one hand it's a challenge, because if you want to alchemize something, you have to get in contact with it. You have to merge it. And to merge with other people's pain is not something you yearn for. So that's holding you back. You don't want to be influenced by other people's emotions. But this is the chance you have got right now. You are the leader of the leader. You are someone who can hold up a boundary, who can create rules for this process. And then you will create the safe environment to cut through their beliefs and through their emotions, through their patterns. But you created and provided the safe space. And so it's in your hand, it's in your way of creating boundaries for yourself, for them, to cut through and to experience what they need to experience. And of course, if you come from a place where you experienced a lot of people putting their emotions on you, you experience a lot of boundaryness because it's not, you weren't allowed to have boundaries. It's like this horse, right? It tries to get into the expectations of the rider, but it's the wrong way to allow someone to take the rein and to set yourself free from it and to walk your own path and to not to focus on the expectations of others, than to focus on your skill, that you are able to see and to feel things that need to be faced and that need to be cleared up, to for people to make their way into their own success and into their own transformation to be a better leader in this life, right? And the deeper meaning of this challenge is what I said a couple of moments ago. It is being afraid of other people's emotions. It's water. It's like the water bringing emotions with it, and you are afraid of being flooded by it. But it's not happening because the owl is here too, and that's kind of wisdom. You know how to deal with these emotions. You are not in the place where you were when you experienced this kind of being flooded by other people's energies. And so to find your own way of creating this space to cut through these patterns, to find the karma, the relationship of what people do and what comes with it, and to help them to find their way into their best self is coming with merging with them, allowing the tears to flow through you, but not to take over. You have the wisdom today to set boundaries and to secure yourself and your own emotions in this process, because you experienced life and you learned from your own experiences and from your own pain to get into the place of safety. So you are a wise owl, right? And this is what to do. Yeah, find peace in yourself, find the peace in your own experiences, let go of the tears that come with your own experiences, because all of these fears tell me that you're allowing your own experiences to come up and to flood you with your tears. And that's something to let go in the moment, because you want to step into this place of the leader of the leaders. And it's the invitation to do so and to find your peace within, so that you can set your boundaries and set the surrounding, the safe space for other people to experience their own transformation without being flooded, without being taken away. You have the lead. You can go your own path, and this is what these cards are inviting you. You are the king of the cups. You are the king of the emotions. The cups come with this the cups come with emotions. And so being the king of cups is being ahead of everyone else. You experienced all of this. You know about the danger of being taken away by emotions, but you can give your own experiences into this process and be the alchemist of other people's tears and other people's beliefs and other people's emotions without being swept away. You are just a guide. You are a guide. You are a loyal guide that shows people the way. And there you are, the net caster. You cast your net and you got your way into this position that you got. And it's in this card, this is all about light and casting the net to get the light and the stars inside of this net. And what a beautiful card to have. That you are safe, you have your own. She has a head full of flowers. It's all of her experiences, and she has on her chest she has a light, and she's surrounded by stars, and they are sparkling, and she has a beautiful net that holds the light that she holds inside of herself. And it's about you. You are ready. Maybe you don't think you're ready because there is this fear of being swept away, but she won't be. She has her net ready. And this is her preparation. It was her transformation that's coming to fruition now, to step into her own power, her own superpower coming with this. And there is another one, and this is weirder than new cool. How beautiful is this? And this is another fear, that you think other people may call you weird. But it's your way of changing other people's karma, balancing other people out. That's not something that's weird. That's unique. It's about being unique and being courageous to show all your colors and show all your emotion that comes with it, because you can. That's what this is about, right? It is your transformational process that has to be integrated in our day-to-day leadership, because we need something else than we have. Step in with all your emotions, with all your experiences, with all the red and the blue and the green flowing into each other, and showing your uniqueness with it. You are courageous to do this. You are courageous to face your own fears and to face your own tears with it, to be a role model for other people, to show them how they can change their leadership into the better, because that's so needed. And then you have the Gene Key 18 too. And to let go of this, of your own judgment, your own judgment of other people, your own judgment of yourself. You're never good enough. You didn't learn enough. You have to do this and you have to do that before you can step into your own power to show your light and your magic that comes with it. No, that's not what it needs right now, right? This is not what it needs. It needs you to step into your own integrity, to show your light, to show what wants to be seen, and to bring it into other people's lives too, so that you can change their perspective, you can change their patterns, and you can change the leadership in our world. And this is a big quest you're on, because you combine worlds. And this is what's feelable in this. You combine worlds. You are in 3D and 5D at the same time. And this is showing me the spiral too. To combine what is needed. Because the transformational aspect of this is leadership has to be transformed. And you know how it's done. Because you know the consequences of the people's action. And this is your invitation to allow those worlds to be combined, and to put yourself in there and not look from the 3D perspective, is this perfect? You don't have to be perfect, you have to be you. And in the best way you can be you is by showing and expressing your uniqueness as it is, with all that it came with. And so, this is beautiful. This is abundance. And we have the Magician again. So we have the 10 of Pentacles and we have the Magician again. It is transformation. It is showing up as the alchemist and the knowing part of you that knows how to transform other people. And and we have judgment too. Being this part of balance in the world and allowing other people to wake up from their own cruelty. And this is how beautiful this is, to wake up from their cruelty. They are living in living their dominance and the sorrow that comes with it. This is what you are here to change and to let them step into the emperor and into the leadership they came here to show, because maybe they don't find the way into their own leadership, right? But with you, they do. If you are in this place of integrity, showing them what real abundance and wealth is like, it's the connection of wisdom, and it's connection of cutting through beliefs and karma and old patterns that repeat and repeat and repeat. And this may be ancestral patterns too. Maybe you come from a place, you have twice the alchemist and you have the owl. You are a wise magician. You are someone who is able to see the patterns beneath, and the aeon and the judgment is like karma too, right? So it's showing up twice to show you this is what you're meant to be. And maybe that's scary to connect to other people's emotions. Yes, it may be, because it connects you to your own pain. But you are ready now, because you already worked your way through it. You are ready to face your own pain and to face the things that happened in your life. You already did. And even if you meet people who experienced bad things, they will not trigger you as much as you thought they would. And we have this card. And we have this card that you choose in the beginning, and I will read both of them to you. And this is child's play. Conscious play creates energy. It allows us to enjoy the discipline that helps us feel safe, productive, and that we are making progress on our path. It opens us up to life and increases our vitality and creativity. Without it, discipline and hard work can wear away our life force. When balanced with loving and healthy discipline, there is no need to fear it. It can only bring benefit. And that's a beautiful confirmation of what this path of yours is about, to show them where their path is leading and where they are heading, and to show them different ways of approaching leadership. And it's you stepping out of this place of thinking that this has to be in a 3D perfection way. It has to be in integrity with your values and your knowing about leadership. So to step into your own magician and let go of your judgment and connect these worlds to get ready to get leaderships into positions where they have to be in our new world, and to step into the merging of emotions, merging of, into the abundance of our emotions, into the abundance of us working together in projects. That's what you're here to do. You are a beautiful bridge between the worlds, showing us how leadership can be worked out with us, with the world not knowing where to go. And this is the angel Rasbar. Tell me the truth, I asked love. What are you? I'm the everlasting life, love said. I am the reoccurring joy of living. The great beloved sees what is in your heart, what is in your wish to offer, and is saying yes. Will you choose to put aside your doubts and believe in yourself? Will you believe in the power of divine love that reaches out to the world through our willing soul? Ah, yes, I knew your tremendous heart wanted to serve more than it wanted to fear. Wow, lovely. What a beautiful way to end, because it's saying it all. Just step into your greatness, your leadership, and allow life and other people in this 3D world that really needs transformation. Allow people to learn from you, because this is what you are here to do. You are here to teach the teachers, to lead the leaders into a new way of perfection and a new way of success, and into their greatest power and into their greatest abundance. Because you can, as an alchemist and as a magician, you can merge these worlds. You can merge emotions with patterns, beliefs, and with new behaviors to cut through karma, to cut through the things that happen in people's lives, and to create something new that is based on connection. Connection and leadership given, not taken. So, thank you so much for being here and for allowing me to read to you. I am absolutely amazed by this kind of change you will bring into the world. And I hope from the bottom of my heart that you allow other people in to get into this place of leaders of the leaders. That's a beautiful skill to have. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next reading. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading. And I will put your stone up here and your card deck. Oh, there was this from pile 2 left over. And I will put your tarot deck over here. And so we can see what our first card is leading us into your gift that wants to be seen today. And it is the Page of Swords and the Weaver. And they are together, right? This is a deck that merges a couple of two decks. And I will read it to you. The Page of Swords and the Weaver. And it's a sharp mind, new strategy, clear direction, and intentional. The Page of Swords and the Weaver are two figures with undeniable sharp minds. This can appear when you are in a poignant moment to manifest future paths. The powerful mind of the page has altered the tail of the beast into a gathering of butterflies, while the Weaver tells a new story. You are strategic and can weave together tales into tangible realities. Be intentional with your thoughts and you will find clear direction. And this shows that you are able to make sense of things, and on the other hand, so that you have a really sharp mind, and this can be a beautiful thing to have, because you can make sense of things, and you can find the thinking pattern behind it. But the one thing that is additional is that you can weave new stories. So that means you can reframe things that you understand. You can reframe other people's thoughts because you can see the patterns behind it. And because you're a weaver, you can weave new thoughts. And as the second, the card that shows us more about your gift is the 36. And it's Telepathy of Terra Mater. And we will see that what does that mean for you and your gift of cutting through, right? The Page of Swords is cutting through the pathway for your spiritual fulfillment and the sacred manifestation of your purpose is not necessarily logical and will evolve organically. The skillful and unpredictable workings of the Earth Mother are supporting your soul journey unconditionally. Follow up on inspired ideas and allow for unexpected shifts in direction are integral to manifestation of your soul purpose. Commit to an idea that feels good to your heart, even if it seems improbable or unattainable. It will manifest successfully. And maybe that's what you had to learn on your path, that because you have such a skilled mind and such a beautiful way of thinking, and you had to learn that this is not all there is. It's not about the mind. It's about weaving new ideas, weaving new visions into the things that you know about the logic behind it. It's not relying on the logic, it's seeing beyond the logic and allowing yourself to weave new things into this. So you are for me, that's a visionary, you're a visionary that is showing new path, although they may be not supported by your logical mind, but it's supported by the vision and the story behind it. And we see the horse card, and we read it as well. So that's the second card. And this card is called Belief. Believe and trust the unknown and the unformed, faith and vision, the authentic self. A lucid grey horse feels the rarefied light of spirit shining through his every move. And the gift is, call it soul, spirit, or authentic self, the part of you that accesses fresh ways of seeing and being is also capable of marshalling incredible resources. And this is, in addition to what I said before about the weaver, this is you have a connection to the higher realms, and you access wisdom above yourself and from the higher realms and from your higher self and however you call spirit, and you get information there. So you can be a channeler. You can be someone who changes other people's ideas through vision, who channels the things beyond the thought, who sits with people and you can read minds and you can see their logical processes, but you can see beyond that. And you can envision the things that come with it. So you are someone who is like a translator and translator between the mind and the higher vision and the higher realms. So you are in between the worlds because you have a sharp mind too, and you can be in this place of logic too, but then you are not connected like this horse is, right? And the Lenormand card show us, I want to put this here. Yeah. Show us the key, and they show us the island, and that's a lovely combination because it's showing that you have the key to show other people the way out of their isolation. And it can be an isolation of their minds and of their logic. It talks a lot about isolation being in a place where you exclude yourself and and helping people. This is your path to show people the way out of their being an isolated thing. And this talks a lot about maybe you work with people who have issues with their mind, who has issues with their mental health, to find the way out of their isolation and to find their way out of their, like, it's like a prison, right? This is not a way where you can go wherever you want, but you're alone on this aisle, and this is, you hold the key for their prison. And this is because you've been there. Maybe you experienced yourself issues in your mind, and you are able, at one point you realized you can read minds already. You can be the connection between your own mind, the other people's mind, and the higher realms. So you can be the bridge in between these struggles that people experience with their minds, right? And this is the same, and this is showing us that you come from this place of being the King of Wands, and it's a highly creative person. The King of Wands holds. This is the white stag. It's a sacred being. For me, it's a sacred being. He has this dream catcher in his antlers, and the feathers hang around there. So this is a sacred being that is able to get the dreams and the wrong thoughts out of people's out of people's lives, because you can catch them. And it's not a coincidence that I put it here, because she's looking at it like telepathically, seeing the things that are connected in other people's heads through logical thinking, that are not in line with who they really are. And it's you catching their thoughts and weaving other things into it. And this is like a net, it's woven. And you weave other people's thoughts into other stories, right? And this is like, there is 2, 4, 9. There are 9 feathers in there. And this is a sign for me that you are someone who is able to put an end to their way of connecting to the world. And it's the 5 of Swords. It's the 5 of Swords. It's the competition people put themselves in, and it's the fight that will never lead to anything. There is no win in this card. It's raining. There are swords hanging above the white one. There are swords sticking in the ground for the black one. And there is no winning in there. There is this white one fighting the black scorpion. So it is about the poison we hold within, the thoughts that always fight in ourselves. And it talks a lot about mental situations where people are caught in their own mental thinking patterns. And you are someone who is able to see that and to weave something else in there. Maybe you create something with it. You can read their minds, you can read their patterns, and then you can jump in and allow your creative self to weave something else. So you are a creator yourself, and you are creating with the emotions and with the mental stages of other people. You need other people to work with them so that you can, and it's like the motion I'm drawn to do with my hand is an 8, is Lemniscat. So to find the place where you can weave this together to make sense for other people, And it's not you making sense, so you don't have to engage your own logic. That's not what it meant. You have to engage your way being connected to the higher realms. It's not making logic of other people's minds. You don't. But you know where these patterns are because you've been there. You experienced this yourself. You are in a place where you learned that you can fight yourself till the end. And both of them will be hurt in the end. So you can fight yourself in your mind. And you learned that to stop this is to find the patterns, to find the thought patterns that we can stop. And it's like catching the bad dream and weaving something new from it. Allowing it to end. These are the feathers. 9 feathers is an ending. Is a soft ending. Being pushed into something. It is like allowing this to be caught, allowing the patterns to be caught, and healing from them at the same time by creating something new. And this is your superpower, is that you can see the patterns, that you are like, in the moment you feel your connection to it because you've been there. And then you can connect to yourself in your higher realms and help people to find their way out of this isolation that's created in their minds by their own competition, by their own way of fighting themselves. And the things that are challenging for you, and that's interesting, right? That's the truth. And it's challenging you. Why is it challenging you to find the truth? And I think the reason for it is, and this transformation too, you are afraid of stepping into this full-heartedly because your mind tells you that this is dangerous. The truth is, you are all of this. You are the one who can read minds. You are the one who can find other people's challenges and thought patterns and their mental way of cutting themselves. And you are a weaver that is able to allow them to transform. But to step into this means that you have to say yes to this part of you. You have to say yes to stepping into your full power. And because you have been there and you transformed your own mental patterns, you're afraid to put in the place of the, I think it's almost about this insane one. You're put in this place of you are an island because you are not a normal in a way. And maybe you experienced this, right? You experienced other people judging about you. And you gave up. And you followed the path that you knew was there for you. And you ignored at one point this way of being connected to the higher realms. And the transformation that comes with the truth is you have to step into your full power. You have to step into this white stag because you are one. And this is the only stag that we can see, whatever light there is, because it is white. And it's like step into this power means you have to be seen with all of these things that you can do, with the connection you have between your mind and the higher realms. You can see beyond. And to step into this truth means that you have to show yourself with it. And that can be scary. This is a transformation that just floods all of your life, because there is no place in your life that will not be affected by you stepping into this power, right? And there is this this rattle is like a calling, and you are afraid of being called and being dominated. And maybe that's what I said before. You've been there in this logical mind thing where you lost yourself in your own patterns, and it's a fear of yours to allow yourself to transform, to be all of this, to show all of your abilities, because then you might be dominated by them. But it's not what's happening. This is the deeper meaning of this, is it's calling you, and you experienced being called by your mind, being called into actions that were not good for you, being called into the conflicts you had with your own mind, and being afraid of it, to fall for it again, and to be in this place of mental not okay. But that's not what's happening here. This is a call from the ancient ones. This is a call from your ancestors, because you inherited something. And maybe you are in a relationship to family where people are that worked on their abilities into spirituality, but they didn't inherit something like you did, because you were born with this. This is like being a child born with abilities, being telepathic, being someone who sees patterns, who is able to see through the things people do, and then to step into your higher realms to ask for the answer. And this is, I guess you were born with it. And this is what you experienced. You experienced a lot of pain that's coming from this competition, because you couldn't explain what you felt. You couldn't explain what there is. And to see beyond and to see into 5D means you have to face the things that are unseen, that are unknown. And this brought you a lot of fear, because nobody around you could see what you could see. Of course, this is something that will create a lot of tension. And so at one point it might be that you pulled back from this part. You pulled back and you got into your logical mind and cut off all these things that came with all of this spiritual connection. And you cut off the part of you that is able to see that. And you allow this, maybe in a couple of situations, you allow yourself to see through the patterns, to see beyond, and to weave something, to allow other people and to help other people to weave something with it. But you don't allow it for yourself. And that's interesting, because you experience that other people cannot do it. And maybe there are close people right next to you that are not able to do it. But you have a call from the ancient ones to put yourself out there and to create from this place too. And to allow other people to be there too, but to integrate this part of you that is looking beyond, that is getting information from beyond. And there is a beautiful owl on here. This is deep knowing. And this is this is showing that I'm telling the truth right now. because it is your deep knowing. This is your way how you connect, and you hold it as your own secret. It's like being in your own prison of not allowing others to see this. See this, of course, they see this in action when you are in the mood of creation, and then you show your magic. But it's not what you allow yourself to be in day-to-day life. That's what you allow yourself to be in these moments. And to step into all of that is, and to create something really new, is to allow yourself to be all of that. Because this holds the next adventure, right? This holds your adventure into change. It's a 50, and it's change into your own abilities to dive into all that is, because it is needed right now. It is needed not in this controlled way. You are doing this right now because you cut your way through it and said, oh, I will allow this in this path. I will allow my abilities to shine up. But it is needed everywhere. All in disguise. And this is maybe that's the thing. What happened to you and your mental state was the expression that you received that you had to disguise, and that you had to step back. But I guess it was this is all in disguise means everything has its meaning in our path. So all the things that happened to your mental state were supposed to happen because they brought you into the place where you are right now. Because otherwise you would have, because the surrounding wasn't to just live it, because you were a child and you were supposed to be in a logical path to be accepted as you are. But you are a magical child. This I can say because you are this one today and you're this one. This is like being a magical child and being able to cut through the beliefs to read other people's mind and to create something magical with the connection to the higher realms. To see through the difficulties that came with your own logical mind and your patterns of the mind that you had to cut through. To see what came with it. And to create something yourself, to weave something new. Because you're not stuck in there. You're not stuck in this place of being a child and not allowed to show all there is. This is the invitation to step into your own path of knowing. And we have the gene key 64, and that's about confusion. And confusion means confusion in the way where before you find your path and you find your way to walk your way through life, it's about this, that we are like standing in a fog and don't know which path to take. And this is maybe the moment where you are in this place where you think about how to bring this to the table, how to create something from it, and how to step into your own abilities. Because even now, I believe that there are people around you that don't get it. They don't get the way you are connected. They use it because they love that you are able to do it. But when it comes to understanding it, they don't. So, and this is taking a step back and allowing this to unfold. The confusion isn't, there is nothing to do in this part of that is adaptable to logic. There is nothing about logic. This is, confusion comes before it comes to something else, because it changes with time. And it changes into knowing. And that's not a logical process. It's just a natural process. And it's inviting you to hold still and not to do something about it, because then you get lost in your own mind patterns. And so just step back, allow yourself to be the way you are and to let it unfold in your life, because it wants to. And even when you are now working with people, seeing into their mind, seeing their patterns, and helping them out of their mind prisons to get into their creative processes, even when you are in this, doing this right now, it wants to unfold more than it does. So to step out of this place of holding yourself back and allowing not your mind to weave something, allow your life to weave something, right? You have 10 of Cups. What a start. This is the abundance you've got in your own emotions with this, and even with the 8 of Swords that is holding you back, like I am I'm imprisoned by the swords, but you are not. You are like, this is like the butterfly is coming out of this cocoon and it's flying away. It's flying above all of these swords because it's changing its nature, you know. And there is a deeper meaning in all of this, and it's called love. Sharing your love with other people. Sharing your ability to get into the overflow of emotions. And the devil is trying to hold you back. The devil of your own mind loops that you come with. And to the way out of this devil is the Empress in being grounded in nature, being grounded in your body. This is the invitation to step out of your mind and to get into your body, to create something from within with all your emotions. And this is a beautiful card to have too, the 3 of Cups, in working together with other people to create from this place. And then we got to the justice and the balance between the worlds, and to balance the both sides of you. It's needed that this Page of Swords has his logical mind, and that it's allowing the higher realms to work through it too. To have this in balance that means you don't have to cut off one of these 2 sides, because they are both needed inside of these. Don't get stuck in your own mental patterns that hold you in this place of shredding yourself to pieces. You know, I think this is your way, your vice, your mental pattern that holds you inside of your own belief that this is not a good thing to show yourself like this, because then you can be judged, you know. So balance yourself out and hold both of these high. Your logical mind, your way of seeing other people's processes, seeing other people's mental structures, right? And to step into this part of yourself that's needed as well. And we have this lovely card. And we have this lovely card from the beginning, and I will read both of them to you. Magic of the moon to manifest. Just as the light of the moon ebbs and flows, all things happen according to a timing that benefits the greater garden of life. How short-lived that garden would seem if all flowers bloomed at once and then it was over. At the next moon grows full, set your intention. Your time for blossoming is near. And I believe that this blossoming is about to happen because you are meant to show all of it. You are meant to be this one, and that's, you are old enough today to know that you are not ill. You're not, when you are falling for these mental circles you are in, you're afraid of being put somewhere, or to tell other people, or other people to tell you that is the truth, that they don't see it, and so you are not okay, because you do. And this is the invitation to allow yourself, and look at how bright she is. She's in the middle of this fog. She is getting her clarity because she is in stillness, and she allows her brilliant mind to be, and at the same time she allows her connection to higher selves to be as well. And to step into this and to show all of your beauty and all of your superpowers, because there are a couple of them. You are a connection between the worlds, because you have the mind on the one hand, and you have the intuition and the higher connection on the other hand. And it's so amazing that you are able to see through other people's minds, to help them to create something from this place of struggle, from this place of addiction, from this place of whatever they are held in, of this place of the aisle where they excluded themselves and isolated themselves. And you are the one who can help them through their own patterns to find the way into their own transformation. And it gets you in contact with the truth about your own mind, about your own patterns. But you got this because you are embodied today. You are ready to touch all of this, to touch all the emotions that come with it, and to face this devil that you feel that you are so afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. You got this, because you are embedded in this. You are embedded in your own love, in your own emotions. You realized a lot of your emotions, and you're coming from the place where you want to give. So stop isolating yourself and stop putting yourself into a corner where you are mentally not okay. You are. You worked your way through this. And the world is waiting for you to participate on your deep knowing. Sacred soul sister. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. You know something deep in your bones. Doesn't have to make sense. It may be joy, or it may be the realization that a deep inner pain is to be released now, so that joy may arise. It may be that something is going to work out beautifully, despite appearances to the contrary. It may be that you are meant to take a certain path. You just know. And this is what the 64 comes with. You just know. And maybe it's time to face the truth. That you know who you are. You know that you are the connection of this mind thing and the higher knowledge that comes from above and from your seeing beyond all that is right now. So it's calling you, and you know the truth. You know. And if you don't at the moment, just sit still. Sit in stillness and wait until the fog is gone. Because then you will know, and you will know where to step in, because this is a superpower too. To connect these skills and to connect it into the next story. This is weaving into the next story, taking the fear out of it and creating from this place, completing the cycles and helping other people to complete these cycles and to create something beautiful with it. That's beyond. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for allowing me to do this. And I'm grateful that you are here and that you are listening to me and that you step into your power. And I'm really happy that I will be able, hopefully I will be able to witness you. Thank you so much, and see you soon.